Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning, ma'am.
Morning, ma'am.
Good morning, Narayan.
Good morning, ma'am.
Good morning. What, you're feeling sleepy, Narayan? Feeling sleepy?
Ma'am, doubt.
Yes, Amar.
Ma'am, in the book, Periodicity of Elements,
Yes.
recurrence and properties seen when elements belong to the same subgroup
Morning,
in the
ma'am.
periodic
Yes,
table.
good morning. Yes, Amar, can you speak a little loudly? I can't hear you.
Amar, तेरी आवाज break कर रही है.
Recurrence and properties are seen
Hmm.
when elements belong to the same subgroup.
Hmm. You're asking what does it mean?
Yes.
See, recurrence of properties means the same properties are reoccurring. See, suppose if you move from left to right, just imagine from lithium. Okay, so from lithium, beryllium, boron, carbon, nitrogen, oxygen, fluorine, neon. Till that time, the property is changing gradually. Okay, and next when you come to sodium, the same property which lithium is having is reoccurring again. Did you get my point?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and again when you move from sodium to argon, the property is changing, and again when you observe potassium, potassium is having same property which lithium and sodium has. So that is a reoccurrence of the property of the elements in a same group is called as periodicity. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
What, Amar, did you got it?
Yes.
Yes. So that is why it is we call them as periodic properties. A particular property is reoccurring after regular intervals. Okay. Clear?
Yes, ma'am. Ma'am, can you just share that PPT of that periodic table on the group?
Okay. Now or in the group?
Ma'am, the group, ma'am.
Yeah,
The
okay.
WhatsApp group, ma'am.
Yeah, I'll share. Did you all gone through the worksheet? How are the questions?
Ma'am, only the first question, ma'am.
How many of you went through the worksheet which I have sent yesterday?
Ma'am, not
Yes, Dhruv.
completely, but the first question, ma'am.
Yes. Who else? Only Dhruv went through that worksheet?
Ma'am, Ayush, ma'am.
Ayush, good.
Thank
Who
you, ma'am.
else? Only two of you.
We went through it and solve it, huh?
Going through it right now.
Going
So
through it right now?
It was titled as untitled, so I didn't figure it out that it was chemistry.
I wrote there no chemistry.
No, the title is Chemistry W.S. Grade 10. It's written.
No, the PDF name is untitled, so I just scrolled through it fast. I didn't see it.
But the PDF name is untitled. It's not chemistry.
Yeah, so I just went through it fast. Yeah.
It's untitled.
I explained it. Wow, that is in there.
Phone users.
Okay. Yes, girls, how many of you went through that worksheet?
Dhruv.
Yes, Melissa.
Ayush went through.
Yes, have you gone through the worksheet which I have sent yesterday?
Ma'am, I'm going to do it.
Okay, at least solve it today. See, once immediately after the topic, if you did not do, it will be difficult for you later. I told you those were the questions which are previously asked, previous 5 years questions. You will have such type of application questions only. Directly, they will not ask define ionization energy, what happens it down the group. They will not ask like that.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Yes, Dhruv, did you solve that?
Ma'am, only the first question, ma'am.
I didn't solve it. I just read it. Like I was going to do something. I was doing something else stuff. Like Hindi. I was doing Hindi.
Yes, ma'am. He was on a WhatsApp group fighting with others. He was very busy.
Okay.
That was
Okay,
that was
so
yesterday.
when will you,
Yesterday.
okay, when will you all solve the worksheet?
Today.
Today.
Ma'am,
Today,
last
ma'am.
class is 12:30, right?
Mom will
last
solve it now.
class.
Mom will solve it now.
No,
We will solve it now, ma'am.
no, not now. Solve it today. We'll discuss in the next class.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, because I know most of you will get lot of doubts in that, in second and third questions.
Ma'am, I have just done the first question, ma'am.
Okay, huh.
Mom, I have right beside my screen.
Okay, okay. So all of you solve the worksheet, chemistry worksheet today. Okay, in the next class,
Yes,
we'll
ma'am.
discuss the answers. All those who did not complete in the next class, now I'll post their names in the group.
Why, ma'am?
Hmm.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Chalo. See, today
Yes,
we'll
ma'am.
start the second chapter. What, Narayan?
Narayan is sleepy here today.
Yes, he's feeling.
Of course, he'll be sleepy. He
Half
wakes up
asleep.
at
Okay, okay.
At 6 hours of sleep. Come on.
Okay. So, see, today we'll start next chapter, chemical bonding. Okay, for this, I want all of you to get your book and pen ready because you have to write the for these things, the bonding.
अरे यार Yes, ma'am. Page number 21.
Okay. So, can you all see the screen?
Yes, ma'am.
Perfectly.
Okay. So, the second chapter, chemical bonding. This chapter also we have learned in your 9th standard. See where most of you went wrong in the exam. Drawing the Lewis dot structures, transfer of
Ma'am, only one.
and all that. Okay. So first we'll see the definition of chemical bonding. So what is the definition of chemical bonding?
Ma'am, can you just
It is maximum.
make it maximum, the PPT?
Okay, you want me to maximum the PPT?
Late as a presentation.
Yes, well, just a minute.
Ma'am, go in slideshow. Slideshow option. Ma'am, and then from beginning.
from current slide.
Oh.
Oh, no.
Now is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
Can you all see the screen?
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Okay. So we know that chemical bond is the force of attraction which acts between two or more atoms to hold them together. So whenever we say bond, okay, bond in the sense it is a force of attraction. So between the elements, the force of attraction which holds two elements together is called as chemical bond. Is it clear? Okay. Are you able to follow?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
So why do elements combine, or why there is a force of attraction or linkage or bond between the atoms? The reason is when there is a force of attraction, they form a stable molecule. I repeat. So the force of attraction which acts between two or more atoms to form a stable molecule. From the definition itself, we can understand when elements are combining to form stable molecule. That means as a single element, as a single atom, they are unstable. Are you able to follow?
Yes, ma'am.
So since they are unstable as a single atom, they combine with other atoms to form a stable molecule. Clear? So what is the reason why the elements are involving in chemical bonding? As I told you, to achieve stable electronic configuration. What is a stable electronic configuration?
8 electrons in the outermost shell.
Very good. If there are 8 electrons in the valence shell, then the atom will be stable. Clear? Okay. So if there are no 8 electrons, if there are excess than 8 electrons, or if there are less than 8 electrons, can we say that the atom is unstable?
Yes.
Yes. Right. So in order to achieve that stable 8 electron configuration, configuration is nothing but electronic configuration is nothing but arrangement of electrons. Right. Okay. So in order to get that stable 8 electrons in their valence shell, that stable 8 electrons is called as octet. Okay. Whereas for some elements like hydrogen, lithium, beryllium, and boron, having 2 electrons in the valence shell is stable. Which element has 2 electrons in the valence shell?
Helium.
Helium. Right? And which elements has 8 electrons in their valence shell?
Noble gases.
Neon.
All the
Helium.
noble gases. Neon, argon, right? So, in order to achieve that stable electronic configuration, the elements will involve in chemical bonding. As we have discussed in 9th standard, if there are excess electrons, what the element will do? It will transfer its excess electrons to some other atom so that it can get 8 electrons. For example, sodium is there. Sodium atomic number is
11.
the atomic number is 11 for sodium. Right.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
what is the arrangement of electrons? What is electronic configuration? 2, 8, 1. Right. So there is 1 electron excess than 8 electrons. So always sodium tries to give away, to lose that 1 electron in order to get
make
the
an octet.
stable electronic configuration, stable octet. Clear? So while they are transferring electrons, there will be a force of attraction between that 2 atoms. Okay, so that 2 atoms, while they are taking up the electrons or they are losing the electrons, they will be held together as a molecule. We know that sodium loses 1 electron. That 1 electron will be taken by chlorine. Okay, so there is a force of attraction between that 2 atoms by transfer of electrons. Therefore, they both together, sodium and chlorine together, they form a stable molecule. Clear? So this is the definition of chemical bond. Now we know there are 3 types of chemical bonds. What is the first type of chemical bond? Ionic bond. We know that ionic bond is formed by transfer of electrons. Okay, just write down these things, all of you, just for your reference. Ionic bond means immediately it should understand by transfer of electrons. Most of them, you just shade up the electrons for MgCl to NaCl. You dot the Lewis dot structures.
Yes, ma'am.
So remember this. Ionic bond means transfer of electrons. Complete transfer of electrons. Whereas covalent bond, second type of bond is covalent bond. Write down there, formed by sharing the electrons, mutual sharing. Ionic bond will be complete transfer of electrons, whereas covalent bond is mutual sharing of electrons.
Excuse me.
Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So when we talk about mutual sharing of electrons, both the atoms will give or will share equal number of electrons. For example, there are 2 atoms A and B. If A is sharing 1 electron, B also will share 1 electron. Are you able to follow? It's not that one atom will share 2 and the second will share 1. Remember, why I'm telling this is while drawing the bonding, you should be clear that both the atoms will share equal number of electrons. Clear? Okay, next, coming to coordinate covalent bond. This coordinate covalent bond is also one type of covalent bond only, but the 2 electrons required for sharing are given by one atom. This we'll learn clearly in the next topics. Got it? So basically, how many types of bonds are there? How many
Three
types?
types.
Ionic bond,
Three
covalent bond, and
covalent bond and
coordinate covalent bond. Okay. So today we'll discuss about ionic bond. Clear? So ionic bond is ions. The name itself it is telling between the positively charged ion. The bond which is formed between positively charged ion and the negatively charged ion. Can anyone tell what is the attraction between two opposite charges?
Ma'am, the name or the force?
The name. The force of attraction between two opposite charges is called as?
Don't know. Pass. I don't know.
It will be called as electrostatic force.
Electrostatic force.
In your physics you will be having. So the force between two opposite charges is always called as electrostatic force. Is it clear? Okay. So we can explain or we can define ionic bond as the electrostatic force of attraction that holds two oppositely charged ions together. Here.
Yes, ma'am.
So a positively charged ion and negatively charged ion. There will be a force of attraction between both the two ions which holds them together. Okay, that we'll call it as a bond. Clear? So one thing you have
Yes,
to
ma'am.
understand here, all of you have to understand here, ionic bond is not actually a true bond. That means nothing is been overlapping. It is just the electrostatic force of attraction. Clear? Are you all able to follow?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So now we know that this ionic bond is also called as electrovalent bond. Okay. Now we have discussed in periodic table that metals has a tendency to lose electrons, right? So when metals
Yes, ma'am.
tend to lose electrons, they form positively charged ions, right?
Yes,
And
ma'am.
non-metals tend to gain electrons,
Except electrons.
accept electrons. So non-metals always form negatively charged ions. Okay. So here you
Okay,
should
ma'am.
understand the ionic bond is always formed between a metal and a non-metal. Is it clear? Why it is
Yes,
formed
ma'am.
between metal and a non-metal? Because metal has a tendency to lose electron and form cation, whereas non-metal has a tendency to accept electron and form anion. Okay. Now we know that metal loses electrons. So can we say that electrons, to form an ionic bond, electrons are being transferred from a metal to non-metal. Okay, this is very important. Electrons can never be transferred from non-metal to metal. Okay. So can we clearly give the definition of ionic bond by these 3 points?
Yes,
So
ma'am.
it is the electrostatic force of attraction which holds two oppositely charged ions together, in which the electrons are transferred from metal to a non-metal. Clear? Okay. So write down there or mark down. Ionic bond is always formed between a metal and a non-metal. Why I'm stressing this point is in the exam they have asked, one is metal, one is non-metal. What type of bond will be formed? So what type of bond will be formed between metal and a non-metal?
Ionic bond.
Ionic bond. Is it clear? Now,
Yes,
so
ma'am.
next coming to the conditions for ionic bond. Understand this clearly. When we say that metal has to lose electrons, right? Stop chatting.
I'm taking notes.
Okay. So when we are telling that metals has to lose electron, what is the energy called to remove the electron? What is the term? The
Ma'am, what?
energy required to remove the
Ma'am,
electron.
what did you ask?
What is the
Ionization potential.
I
ionization
didn't know the
potential? Or
question.
that is, what is the term used to? What is the term? That is the energy required to remove the electron.
Ionization potential.
Ionization potential, right? So as I told you, metals has to lose electrons. So that means they have to easily give away the electrons. Giving the electrons easily is nothing but less ionization energy. Are you able to follow? So the first condition for ionic bond formation is metals should have less ionization energy. That means, what does it mean? We can easily remove the electron. If the ionization energy is more, we have to supply more energy to remove electron. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Don't scribble on the screen.
My hands are up, just to be clear.
I was just
I have started
typing.
screen recording, so nobody can blame me.
हाँ अक्षर मेरे से सीख रहे तू.
Thanks, brother. बच गया
Let
तेरी
me do
वजह से.
that.
See? अभी लट को जो था वो लट को.
मेरी तो स्क्रीन रिकॉर्डिंग चल रही है भाई, मेरे को कोई ब्लेम नहीं कर सकता.
Okay. Okay, listen here. All those are not interested, no? Please leave the meeting. Don't disturb the class like this. Okay.
Akshad.
So the first condition is the metal should have less ionization energy. Okay. And the second thing is non-metal has to accept the electron which the metal has transferred. So if it has to accept the electron, it should have more affinity towards the electron. So we'll say the non-metal should have more electron affinity. So these are the two conditions to form a strong ionic bond. Are you able to follow?
Yes, ma'am.
Now, an NaCl, sodium chloride and magnesium chloride, or if I say potassium chloride. Okay, which of these two compounds has a strong ionic bond?
Which one?
Which one, ma'am?
Sodium chloride and potassium chloride.
Potassium.
Very
Our
good.
confidence up.
It
Potassium
has
is
a
less
it can lose
ionization
electrons
energy than sodium. Are you able to follow? Then sodium chloride and magnesium chloride, which forms a strong bond?
MgCl2.
Sodium chloride.
Sodium chloride and magnesium chloride. Among these two, which will form a strong ionic bond?
Sodium chloride.
Magnesium.
Sodium. Sodium.
Magnesium.
Sodium.
Very good, Amar. It will be sodium chloride, because across a period, what happens to ionization energy?
It
Increases.
increases.
Right? So what is the condition? Metal should have less ionization energy. Got it? Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Sodium fluoride, sodium chloride, which will be having strong bond?
पता ही नहीं.
Which one?
Sodium fluoride, sodium fluoride and sodium chloride.
Chloride.
Fluoride.
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 हाँ.
Why? Because down the group electron affinity decreases. For the ionic bond, for the strong ionic bond, what is the condition? Non-metal should have more electron affinity. Are you able to follow? Sodium chloride,
Yes,
sodium
ma'am.
bromide, which will be having a strong bond.
Ma'am,
Bromide.
bromide and
Sodium chloride, sodium bromide.
Bromide, I think.
bromide.
Bromide.
Again, you are telling bromide. Down the group, what happens to electron affinity?
Decreases.
Increases.
Huh? Down the
Decreases.
group, electron affinity decreases.
कम
It
होता है.
becomes less. Are you able to follow? Don't get confused. See, the non-metal, the non-metal should have more electron affinity. Electron affinity should be more. So down the group, what happens to electron affinity?
Down the group, it decreases.
It decreases. So chlorine will have more electron affinity than bromine. Right. So sodium chloride will be having strong ionic bond than sodium bromide. Are you able to understand? Any doubt? Yes, anyone? Any doubt? What, Narayan? You did not understand anything?
No, no doubts.
Okay. Yes, Mariam? No, ma'am, no doubt. Okay. Atharva Banagi, are you able to follow? Atharva Banagi, are you able to understand what I'm telling?
Yes. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, okay. So, next.
ये सब सारे आपसे.
Yes.
I miss it.
Okay. Now the examples of ionic bond formation. Stop scribbling on the screen.
Ma'am, I was typing. No, it's not me again.
Okay. See, magnesium
I'm
chloride.
recording.
Same here, bro.
See, we know that magnesium atomic number is 12.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So electronic configuration will be 282. So it is clear that there are 2 electrons excess than stable octet. So what it will do, it always has a tendency to lose 2 electrons. If it loses 2 electrons, so we can say that it forms Mg2 plus ion. Why? Because number of protons will be more by 2. Okay. So can you see Mg plus 2 ion? So now, do you agree that Mg2 plus ion became stable? Because it is having stable octet.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay.
Yes, ma'am.
Now, when we mix magnesium and chlorine gas, each chlorine atom, we know chlorine atom electronic configuration is 287.
287.
So it wanted to
Ma'am, can you
accept.
repeat?
Sorry.
I lost connection in the middle. Can you repeat what happened?
So magnesium, it loses 2 electrons and forms Mg2 plus ion. So by looking at the electronic configuration, we can say that Mg2 plus ion is stable because it has attained the stable octet configuration. Now, when we mix magnesium and chlorine, each chlorine atom electronic configuration is 287. So in the last shell, that is valence shell, there are 7 electrons. So how many more electrons it wanted to become stable? 1. It required 1 more electron to become stable.
1.
Right. So each chlorine atom requires 1 electron. So it will take 1 electron. So when it takes 1 electron, the configuration became 288. Are you able to understand this figure?
Yes, ma'am.
So
Yes,
now
ma'am.
electronic configuration becomes 288. So we can clearly say that Cl minus ion is stable. Okay. Now magnesium has 2 excess electrons. One electron will be taken by one chlorine atom, and the second electron will be taken by the second chlorine atom. So one magnesium can transfer electrons to 2 chlorine atoms. So when bond is formed, one magnesium form bonds with how many chlorine atoms?
2
Two.
chlorine
2 chlorine
atoms.
atoms. Therefore, the formula becomes MgCl2.
2.
Yes.
Got it?
Yes, ma'am. Now it's clear, ma'am.
So when they are not clear,
No, it's clear right now, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Clear.
so magnesium, there are 2 excess electrons. Each electron will be transferred to each chlorine atom. So by losing electrons, magnesium becomes positively charged ion, and by gaining electron, each chlorine atom becomes negatively charged ion. Then there will be a force of attraction between positively charged magnesium ion and negatively charged chlorine ions. Therefore, there is electrostatic force of attraction between these two ions, forming ionic bond. Got it?
Ma'am,
Yes,
Yes,
ma'am.
yes, Amar.
NaCl is a coordinate bond.
NaCl.
Yes, ma'am.
See,
Forms a
sodium
coordinate bond.
is
Or
metal, right? Chlorine is non-metal. What type of bond will be formed?
पता नहीं.
I told you.
Ionic
Ma'am,
bond.
ma'am,
I told you
Ionic
the
bond.
condition.
yeah,
Yes.
I never share you.
Ionic bond, please follow this. Ionic bond is formed between metal and a non-metal.
Non-metal.
So what is the bond formed between sodium and chlorine?
Ionic.
Ionic bond.
See here, we can see this is electron dot structures. Sodium atomic number is 11. So electronic configuration is 281. So how many excess electrons are there with sodium?
1.
1.
One excess electron than the stable octet. And chlorine electronic configuration is 287. So there is 1 electron less than the stable octet. So you can see here, there is the transfer of 1 electron from here. See the black one. There is transfer of 1 electron from sodium to chlorine. You can see from by the color change. 1 electron, this 1 excess electron of sodium is going to chlorine. Okay. Now 1 electron is less with sodium, forming Na plus ion, and 1 electron is more with chlorine, forming chloride ion. So then there will be electrostatic force of attraction between these two ions, forming NaCl. Got it? Amar, is it clear?
yes, ma'am.
Got it, Amar?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So when there is complete transfer of electrons, it will form ionic bond. There is one more example for ionic bond. See, calcium oxide. Calcium, what is atomic number of calcium?
20.
20.
20.
20.
Electronic configuration.
20.
What will be electronic configuration?
282.
882.
282.
82. So we can see that last there are 2 excess electrons. So
Mhm.
calcium always tend to lose the 2 electrons. If the 2 electrons are loose, what will be the charge of calcium?
No, positive 2.
Ca2
2 plus,
plus.
2 plus.
Yes.
2 plus.
Now, oxygen atomic number is 8. Electronic
6.
configuration is 2, 6.
6.
So 2 electrons are less than octet, so it always tends to
Yes.
accept 2 electrons. If it gains 2 electrons, what will be the charge on oxygen?
Negative 2.
Negative.
So as I
Negative
told
2.
you, yes, by losing electrons, it will get positive charge. By gaining electrons, it will get negative charge.
Negative.
So calcium has lost 2 electrons, so it is getting Ca2 plus. Oxygen is gaining 2 electrons. Can you see the transfer of electrons here? These 2 electrons. They are being transferred to oxygen. So when oxygen accepts 2 electrons, it is forming 2 minus. So 2 plus and 2 minus. So there is electrostatic force of attraction between Ca2 plus and O minus 2, forming ionic bond. So how many atoms are involved in here? 2 electrons are involving, but 1 calcium atom is transferring electrons to 1 oxygen atom. So here 1 calcium and 1 oxygen, 2 atoms are involving. So the formula will be AO. Are you able to follow?
Yes, ma'am.
In the first example which we have discussed, 1 magnesium is transferring to 2 chlorine atoms. That is the reason the formula is MgCl2. Whereas here, 1 calcium is transferring to 1 oxygen atom. Same here, 1 sodium is transferring to 1 chlorine. So the formula will be NaCl. Now I want all of you to try for aluminum chloride. All of you try in your books for aluminum chloride. Electron dot structures means for ionic bond, this you have to draw. Not the Lewis dot structures. If you want, note down this NaCl example.
AlCl3.
Yes, AlCl3. How did you get that?
Ionic bond.
Yes, ionic bond. Good. How did you get that?
So
And because aluminum transfers its 3 electrons to chlorine atom.
How many?
Yes.
Chlorine accepts 3 electrons.
3 accepts electrons.
No, chlorine accepts 1. Na?
Yes.
Wait.
Chlorine, 3 chlorine atoms will accept 1 electron from
One
aluminum.
electron.
1 electron each.
Yes.
Very good. Very good. So draw the electron dot structure like this.
Ma'am, can you do it the way it was in 9th standard, where you only like made the balance electron instead of all of them?
Yes. You can draw like this for like NaCl. Only using
Okay.
valence electrons you can do.
What do you say, Ayush?
Are you able to do it?
Yes.
Ma'am. Hello, ma'am.
Yes.
Ma'am,
Done.
can you stop the screen recording and then again? Wait, ma'am.
It's about to end in like, I don't know, less than a minute.
1 minute. One. Less than